Veronica, Imaginovator and host, and welcome to the Shaboo Prince Artist Studio, where we'll play hard and embark on your new odyssey.
It's an inward journey of discovery using your enlivened sense of wonder. Each episode will offer you surprising experiences for deeper imagination and creativity to occur. This is your safe playground where you will discover and liberate your creative originality. Come on in and let's ride.
Hiya, I'm Veronica, your Imaginovator and artist, and welcome back to the Shaboo Artist Studio and your new odyssey. This time is just for you, and I'm here to play with you, very safe and sound. It's kind of like a sandbox where it's just the two of us to do whatever you want to do, to imagine any way you want to imagine. I'm here to support that. And how often do you get that as an adult? Yeah, I'm excited. So thanks for coming back and playing with me. So last week we talked about blanket forts and the space it provided and the safety and the imagination and creativity it provided. And why we don't use some of those things into our adulthood. Well, we're going to talk about that and how we can access all of that magic by tapping in.
Hiya, I'm your assistant, Imaginovator Veronica, and I will help you get the most out of your new odyssey, a program unlike anything you've ever seen before. Each episode is a grab bag of various creativity experiences and activities that will get you thinking in new ways and increase your curiosity for your imagination and creative self-expression. All you have to do is sit back, have an open mind, and watch. And I guarantee you will get something good for yourself out of the next half hour.
Yeah, tapping in is really valuable. It's interesting how many adults don't consider tapping in or consider tapping in as if it's another to-do in our already busy lives. But tapping in is essentially just going into the heart and accessing what's here. Now, we're really good at accessing what's here, our cognitive intelligence. But did you know that there's a whole nother aspect of us if we tap in here? And some refer to that as heart intelligence, others as emotional intelligence. And that is our ability to feel our emotions and our intuition and our inspiration and tap into all of that. And isn't that interesting that our mind isn't so good at tapping into those really big abstract forces that we talk about here in your new odyssey? No, we have to tap in through the heart. And there are lots of things that we can do to tap in. It might be for you very familiar being in a state of meditation or going for a walk outdoors. All of those activities help you tap in. But I'm here to tell you that we need to be tapping in more often every day so that we can start living a more balanced life with our cognitive intelligence as well as our heart intelligence. So if you ever feel stuck or that your world is small or that your future feels small or you feel pressure, that's likely because you're probably living from here and that you have this whole other aspect of you to help you find solutions, to feel the joy, to feel your future expand again, if you tap into your heart intelligence. And the key to tapping into your heart intelligence, funny enough, is through play and love and joy. Doesn't that say something? That the access towards this whole other intelligence is through all those good things. And so we're going to keep tapping in to your heart intelligence here at your new odyssey. Keep coming back and practicing what that's like, because once you let it all out, it's hard to put back in, and you can live a more fulfilled life by tag teaming your cognitive intelligence with your heart intelligence. What a full life that is. How exciting the future is when you can tap in.
Let's now awaken your heart with an introspective question. Notice any resistance you may feel or messages from the mind that may keep you from your deeper knowing. Let your heart respond. Your heart never lies.
Yeah, it's fun to tap in, and there's so much more potential to access for yourself when you tap in. So if you're needing solutions, if you're needing something new, if you want to feel unstuck, you have a whole other aspect of you to access, and that is through tapping in, and it is through your heart. And so when you do more and more activities like your metaphorical blanket fort, it helps access that other side of you so that the intelligence from there can flow and help benefit your life, help find solutions, help give you your next steps. So you should be excited that there's a whole nother part of you that we're exploring, and it requires you reconnecting with that original creative self, the very you that was born, the very original version of you, possessing so much more intelligence. And one of those activities are going on a kaleidoscope journey. That's right. So let's do that now. I'll put the QR code here. You can scan that with your smartphone to download the coloring page we'll use today, but you don't have to color to gain the benefits of a kaleidoscope journey. You can print it and gift it away, give imagination and creativity to someone you love. Each page has an inspirational statement to access and tap into your heart intelligence. And so let's go on a journey now, and we'll start that by moving ourselves from where we're at to possibility. And we'll do that by relaxing. So sit back wherever you're at and relax. Soften your shoulders. Let's take a nice long deep breath in. And a long exhale, and as you exhale, your shoulders soften. You feel the ground beneath your feet. You start to feel both soft and calm and firm at the same time. Isn't that interesting? Yeah, when you cross over into your imagination, everything can happen at once. I'm so honored to be on another journey with you to help facilitate you stretching a little further in to your imagination. Let's see what we see. Let's see what we feel. Let's feel the freedom of your original creative self. Let's ride.
Kaleidoscope journeys will transport you to an alternate positive state, but only if you let them. This is a powerful pause button for the mind so that you can use your heart to imagine in new ways. I will do all of the work. Just sit back and relax. Enjoy guided imagery, the power of color, inspirational music, and introspection. I'm so glad you've joined me on another kaleidoscope journey, and this is what we've done so far. Let's begin by contemplating this motivational statement. Your fulfillment requires uncovering the full expression of self. It will resemble no one else. And now come over here with me, and we'll begin to color our third ribbon that frames this beautiful composition. To accentuate the other colors and complement them at the same time, I've chosen this light yellow, buttery yellow that we'll use today. Isn't it wonderful that we'll be spending this time together in this joyful, bright color? Ask your mind to rest at this moment and ask your heart to open. Allow this joyful color to open your heart so that we can travel together and imaginovate. This third ribbon that we are coloring is like the third string of an instrument. Imaginovate its sound. Imaginovate its tone. Now, imaginovate plucking all three of our ribbons at the same time and what that must sound like. That angelic chord. Now let's go further down the imaginovation rabbit hole. What instrument is this musical string part of? Maybe it's an instrument you've never seen before. Instrument of another world. Imagine holding it and playing it with intention to awaken the original creative heart within others. Imagine that. You being here with me on this kaleidoscope journey, coloring this ribbon, enjoying this unique color, imaginovating, waking up the creativity within others. By just being here, you are living a more creative life, being a more creative person. And that, my dearest friend, makes you an influencer for others seeking the same. Children imaginovate all the time. Your original creative self used to imaginovate all the time. Any awkwardness or confusion your mind might express during our kaleidoscope journeys was learned. We are here together, finally, to unlearn that so that we can return to our creative genius, the genius we were born with. The genius eons of evolution has put into our DNA. That genius that is time for us to honor and employ in our future. The more we reconnect with your original creative self on these fun and playful kaleidoscope journeys, the more the enthusiasm and energy returns for your future. The more you access your creative genius using your imaginovation, the more you start to know that you can, and the more you start to ask, what if? I see your future opening up and looking brighter. Here, allow yourself to feel the truth that you can and that you always could. Take this opportunity to use this deeper knowing to set other parts of you free. And that begins here on this kaleidoscope journey using your Imaginovation. Imaginovate plucking these ribbons like string on an instrument with enthusiasm and excitement, with intention to wake your heart up, with intention to wake others up. Let us both expect that the resonance of these strings change your daily life, inject in it more joy and play and imagination. Have the intention here with us today together to not put your creativity and imagination away. Keep it out, unfurled in your life. I dare you to practice your imagination and creativity without judgment. So pluck away on these magical strings. Even better, strum. Strum hard with enthusiasm for the future and renewed life you will have using more of your imagination and creativity. And here's another dare. To continue to play hard outside of this kaleidoscope journey. Grab your imaginary harp or guitar or ukulele or banjo and strum hard in your office, in your home. I promise you our hearts will hear it. Let's now Imaginovate a yellow umbrella. At the moment it's closed, but when we open it on the count of 3, you will release a new idea. 1, 2, 3. There's nothing more for you to do but to trust that an idea has been released, doing what it needs to do, touching who it needs to touch. Imaginovating and creating ideas are what you were born to do. When you create an idea and then release it, it becomes a gift to the world. The dreams that you harbor in your heart were put there not to be kept, but to be expressed. That's why exercising your freedom of expression
your creativity, being your original creative self, is so fulfilling. I would even go so far as to say, exercising your imagination and creativity on a regular basis is simply good health. Every time you stretch your imagination like we do in these kaleidoscope journeys, plucking imaginary strings and opening imaginary umbrellas, is flexing a part of us that keeps us healthy. I can tell you that your presence here with me on these journeys is good because you bring me joy. This is a good time to take a break, but I hope to see you soon on our next journey.
Tapping in is a way to sidestep the mind so you can get to greater creativity that comes from the heart. How do you know if you are working from the mind? Expressions of the mind include stress, pressure, time constraints, expectation, self-doubt, and limitation. These reduce creativity and keep your original creative self elsewhere. Expressions of the heart are clear. That's why tapping into the heart is the way to find better ideas and innovative solutions. When you tap in, you become more aware of the fact that potential has no bounds and that any limitations are put there by the mind. Taking time to tap into your heart opens a really big bucket of potential you can use to increase your fulfillment and opportunities. Who wouldn't want that? And the best part is that it's fun and easy. Anyone can do it no matter where they are in life. Imagination is in you, so tap into it.
So if you notice, we give your mind every week plenty of information to reassure it that your imagination and creativity is important, that tapping into your heart intelligence is important and practical. But then in every week, we also have an exercise to stretch into that other abstract field of your imagination and feel what that's like too. So everything that we do here is fun and easy and important. So I'm glad you're on this ride with me, tapping in, accessing that other part of you. You know, not tapping in to your heart intelligence is literally like playing with half a deck. And so if you, again, are feeling that your space is small, that your life is small, that you're a little dead-ended, well, it's not entirely the truth. There's a whole other part of you to help find your solutions, find those next steps, those pathways. Imagine tapping into your heart intelligence and what that would mean for you at work, in your family, in your everyday life. And that regularly tapping in all day, every day, as often as you can, starts to become a little more regular and helpful. For instance, did you know that I do these episodes without a script, unscripted, and that I use these as practice for me to tap in? Because I know my greatest value comes from here. What I want to share comes from here. And the less that I have the handlebar, the mind hanging on to a script, the better. It does mean me stretching into the unknown. Is it easy all the time? No. Sometimes I'm better at it than others. Depends if I'm in here or here. But imagine how your life would grow and expand if you not only used this, but used it in tandem with this. And then you got so used to opening this and all that it can offer that you can tag team them. And so now think of that when you are living your life, when you come across a challenge, when you are at work or with your family, how that could benefit all of the above and reopen the future and the energy that comes from knowing the possibilities that are ahead. Now, all these things that we talk about and bringing into our adulthood, you were able to do effortlessly and easily as your youthful self, your youthful, original, creative self. Isn't that ironic? And so all of these exercises are just meant to bring us back to who we were, because there was so much genius and so much intelligence in our youthful, creative selves that got a little distorted or shut off in the adulting process. And that's why we're here. So I'm so excited that you keep coming back to your new Odyssey, where we'll have more exercises. We'll keep reassuring the mind. We keep calming the mind, opening the heart, reassuring the mind, opening the heart, because it's key. And getting your mind more and more reacquainted with the intelligence of the heart and trusting the intelligence of the heart and what your heart has to say, so that they can start working in tandem. Imagine that. There's so much for us to do and discover, and I'm so honored to be a part of finding out more and more about your original creative self and reconnecting you with who that is. So come back again next week when we'll have more exercises and more fun and find out more about you, and I get to discover more about me through play, imagination, joy, creativity. That's what we have to look forward to by living and being more creative. How exciting is that?
For program resources and more, visit ShabuPrince.com.
An adventure